let's talk about the Birds for a little bit because the Orioles have been going through it lately. Um, they have had probably the most severe rash of pitching injuries of any team I can remember. They have on the IL currently Bradish, Rodriguez, John Means, Tyler Wells, Zach Eflin's the new one today, Felix Bautista, Danny Columbe, Jacob Webb. Um, that just keeps getting worse and worse, and Eflin's on the 15-day DL with shoulder inflammation. Um, what are
Dude,
the vibes?
we could make a top five rotation in baseball just off of our pitchers on the IL. It's insane. Like, I don't know what's going on with the amount of injuries. Grayson, he's been a disappointment for me this year because it's like you keep waiting for that breakout to be for him to be an ace, but it's like he's always hurt. When he does pitch, he'll have some great starts, and then other pitches or other starts you're watching, and it's like he has no clue where his pitches are going. He like he really concerned just our entire rotation for the playoffs and the rest of the year is really concerning, especially with his division battle with the Yankees. And it's just the future is looking grim, in my opinion.
It's got to be tough mentally being um, Corbin Burns right now because the weight of the team is on his shoulders because he can't mess up the rest of the year because he's like the only one that's like supposed to be like it's win day with Burns on the mound, and if Burns has a clunker, you're like the sky's falling because he's the only one that we have that can consistently be counted on to be good.
So you say that, but that was him every season he pitched with the Brewers. So like it's not new to him.
Okay.
Like that's my thing with Burns, and I've been saying this. Me and my brother talk about it all the time since maybe like May is when I started noticing this. Like Burns's ERA looked great. I'm like, if you look at his starts, he's not really like he's not like he's not as good as he's been in past years. I think I was telling you this. He hasn't had a start all year in which he allowed 0 runs,
Yeah.
which is mind blowing to me. And it's weird. He'll always get through like the in the beginning of the year was always the first inning runs. He'd give up a first inning run in like every single game, but then he cut that out. But then the trend I noted when he get to that like third time through the lineup, he'd pitch like a 4 or 5 innings like scoreless, and then he'd go back out there and he would just get hammered for like 2, 3, 4 runs in one inning. I'm like, what is going on with this dude? This is our ace. That
Well,
what's up?
in the playoffs, you can pull a Blake Snell and get him out of there before the third time of the lineup.
Yeah, that is true. I don't know. It's just weird. I just feel like he's not having as good of a year as I thought he would. And the real like dagger was that 12-10 loss to Boston. It was like, dude, our offense was doing everything they could, and you couldn't even like make it competitive for them. They had no shot. And it's not
That's
just
gonna be awful.
when it wasn't just Burns, it was the bullpen too, which in August has the 29th worst ERA in all of baseball. Only who we previously talked about, the Chicago White Sox, are below them. And anytime you're one better than the Chicago White Sox in any category,
Bad.
it's not a good sign. Not a good sign.
Well, what here's our saving grace though. His name's Albert Suarez because he pitched 17 and two-thirds scoreless innings consecutive recently. Um, he's been the unsung hero, and he hasn't thrown in the big league since like 2017.
See, he's a weird one too, because if you remember the beginning of the year, he started out on that like 15 or 20 scoreless inning streak, and then he just was getting hammered. I don't know. And like the thing about him, I don't know how teams can not figure him out. I've watched just about every game he started. It's the same recipe every time. He just throws high fastballs. That's all he does. It's everything high fastballs, and his commands all over the place. I mean, when he misses big. But it's like when he's on the mound, you're going to get nothing but high fastballs. And I just don't know how teams like have not adjusted to that.
That's baseball in general now. It's nothing but high fastballs and splitters.
Yeah, but if you look at his off speed, his change, like curveball, sliders, changeup, like none of them are particularly good pitches. So you could just sit on a high fastball, and it's like teams just don't do it. Sometimes they do. Some starts will have like 7, 8 hits off of him, but he'll only give up like 1 or 2 runs. I'm just like, I think he's gotten extremely lucky in some of his starts. But I still
Oh
think
yeah,
right now, playoff start, depending on who's hurt or not, he's probably your 3 or 4 starter.
which it doesn't bode give a vote of confidence when I don't think Orioles fans would like yay we Suarez is starting in like a key postseason game. I think that would not be good.
Yeah, but if you would just hope like he could go out there and give you 4 scoreless innings, and then you could bring in someone from the terrible bullpen and just pray to God that they don't give up like 20 runs. Wouldn't be his fault.
I pulled up Baseball Savant for Albert Suarez. You're right. His four seam fastball he throws 52.3% of the time. Heat map is just all up in the zone. So that's good. I'm not nearly as good as breaking down a Baseball Savant as Trevor May, by the way. He's
Oh, he's
definitely
he's good.
he. I could watch him pull up a Baseball Savant page for hours on end. But yeah, I mean the four seamer they're hitting 250 off. The cutter is 250. The changeup's 240. The curveball's 230. So like none of them are bad, but yeah, I guess whenever the fastball isn't up is when it's not at the top of the zone and guys are swinging under it. That's probably when he's getting smacked.
It's not like he's throwing any crazy high velocity. I mean, he's mostly like 92 to 94, and they just can't catch up to it. It's weird.
Yeah. So
I I think we need to start a petition now, though. Getting off topic from Suarez a little bit, I would love to see Trevor Rogers never pitch another game in an Orioles uniform. I cannot watch it anymore.
is this because I know Elias, is taking a lot of heat for this one. Can we give him a little more time?
Maybe next year.
How many starts has it been? It's been like 3 starts, hasn't it?
Yeah, like 3 or 4. And
So
everyone has
like
just been a clunker, dude. I will say, I think he pitched last night. Wasn't terrible. He gave up a couple first inning runs, but it's just like, dude, just getting hit. He's walking 2, 3 guys to start. I mean, it's just insane.
4 starts, five runs, 2 runs, 5 runs, 3 runs. Up, down, up, down, up,
Yeah,
down.
most of those 5 runs, 3 runs, that's in like 5 innings or less.
You know what's really concerning is he's only striking out three, two, two, five. He's not punching anybody out.
Yeah, he's got no strikeout stuff. Velocity's not there. He walks a ton of people. It's just like I don't get how you go from like rookie of the year, sub 3 ERA, and then two. I know he was injured, missed a lot of time, but I mean he's just like night and day difference from that rookie year down in Miami.